Under 10.
Clark fires. And hits. Caitlin Clark doing it all.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Oh my god, I don't even know where to start because this is hands down one of the wildest performances I have ever watched in the WNBA. Seriously, sit back and think about these numbers for a second. 45 points, 10 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Let that sink in. That's not a video game stat line. That's Caitlin Clark putting on an absolute masterclass against the Seattle Storm. And I'm telling y'all right now, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. It has to be done. What are y'all gonna do when Caitlin Clark comes for every single record in this league? The GOAT. The GOAT. The best that ever did it. Record-breaking once again. Meanwhile, some people are still running around talking about fake racial investigations. Y'all keep bullshitting if you want. While everybody else is focused on drama, Caitlin Clark is focused on basketball. She's focused on winning. She's focused on putting on shows, and she's focused on breaking records every single time she steps on the court. 45 points and 10 assists while still playing on a minutes restriction. Think about how insane that sounds. Most players couldn't put up numbers like that playing 40 minutes, and Caitlin Clark is out here rewriting the record books while the coaching staff is still managing her workload. Y'all can't stop her. The best player to ever touch a basketball goes by one name. Caitlin Clark. The Clark Show, baby! Let's go! Let's go! What y'all got to say now? It's real quiet out there. Real quiet. Everybody who spent the last few weeks doubting her, questioning her, ranking her outside the top guards in the league, where y'all at now? Because Caitlin Clark just walked into this game against the Seattle Storm and completely took over. Chef's kiss. Absolute perfection. And yes, I had to put on the shirt and tie today because, damn it, we mean business. We meant business from the opening tip. This wasn't just another good game. This was a statement game. Did that look like the 11th best guard in basketball to y'all? Because it sure didn't look like it to me. It looked like somebody who opened up a stone-cold Steve Austin 316 can of whoop-ass on the entire league. That's exactly what happened. So grab your glasses and raise them up. Celebrate Caitlin Clark breaking records on a minutes restriction. If you're watching this video and you don't have anything to cheer with, pause the video, walk into your kitchen, grab whatever you've got, come back and raise a glass with your boy KTV, because this deserves a celebration. 3 different records, 1 incredible night. Cheers. I'm gonna take another sip before I get to cooking their ass. Now, let's talk about this game. The Indiana Fever beat a young, talented, and extremely competitive Seattle Storm squad in one of the most entertaining back-and-forth battles we've seen all season. Give the Storm credit. Their front court is loaded with talent, and they're going to be a problem for years to come. But tonight wasn't about anybody else. Tonight belonged to Caitlin Clark. Hey, Aja Wilson, what happened to that meeting everybody wanted at the All-Star break? Y'all still interested? Because if we're having a meeting, let's talk about history. Let's talk about the fact that Caitlin Clark became the first player in WNBA history to record 40 points and 10 assists in a single game. This league has existed for over 30 years. 30 plus years. Legends have played this game. Hall of Famers have played this game. Nobody did it until Caitlin Clark. Hey, Chelsea Gray, you wanted to have a conversation? Let's have one. You've been one of the best guards in the league for years. You've won championships, you've accomplished a lot. But even you never put together a game like this. That's not disrespect, that's just facts. Instead of worrying about fake racial investigations or random people betting on games, or Billy Bob 47 on Twitter hiding behind a Spider-Man profile picture calling names after a loss, maybe people should pay attention to what's actually happening on the court. Because while everybody else is caught up in social media drama, Caitlin Clark keeps making history. She keeps selling out arenas, she keeps entertaining fans, and she keeps breaking records. Career high 45 points, the most points ever scored in Indiana Fever franchise history. The first player in WNBA history with 40 points and 10 assists in the same game. And just when you thought she was finished, she added another milestone. In only 7 74 career games, Caitlin Clark became the fastest player in WNBA history to make 200 career three-pointers. That's 3 major records in one night. 1 night. So put the shirt and tie back on because, damn it, we mean business. Cheers once again to Caitlin Clark. The numbers speak for themselves. 45 points, 10 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. 11 for 18 from the field, 6 for 8 from three-point range. And here's the crazy part. Kelsey Mitchell actually took more shots than Caitlin Clark in this game. It didn't matter because when the lights were the brightest, Caitlin Clark reminded the entire basketball world exactly who she is. The Clark Show was officially in full effect. And if this is what she can do on a minutes restriction, I honestly can't wait to see what happens when she's finally allowed to play without one. Oh my God, this was fun. This was real basketball. This was the kind of WNBA game that reminds you why you sit down and watch for 2 straight hours. I enjoyed watching an Indiana Fever game tonight. This was fun from the opening tip until the final buzzer. No nonsense, no unnecessary drama, just 2 teams going at each other. Now, don't get me wrong, there were some BS calls on both sides. I'm not going to sit here and pretend the officiating was perfect because it wasn't. But here's the difference. The referees did not decide this basketball game. What everybody could see, though, was Caitlin Clark getting hacked all night long. They were hacking the living bejesus out of Caitlin Clark, and every basketball fan watching knew exactly what was happening. Those fouls were blatant, every single one of them. There wasn't much to argue about because everybody watching could see the contact. And somehow, she still went out there and dominated. That's the crazy part. She did all of this on a minutes restriction. Read that again. A minutes restriction. Yet she still finished with 45 points. 45 points while the coaching staff was still trying to manage her playing time. That's absolutely ridiculous. Most players couldn't dream of putting together a performance like that with unlimited minutes. But Caitlin Clark went out there and completely took over the game anyway. She was aggressive, she was confident, she controlled the pace, and every single time the Seattle Storm made a run, it felt like Caitlin Clark had an answer waiting. This game was an absolute thriller. Back and forth, momentum swings everywhere, big shot after big shot. The crowd was into it, the players were into it. This is exactly what basketball is supposed to look like. And let's give Kelsey Mitchell her flowers, too. She finished with 30 points on 13 of 25 shooting, knocked down 3 three-pointers, and helped carry the offensive load. Yes, there were moments where she was forcing shots. There were stretches in the third quarter and early in the fourth where she looked cold and missed several attempts in a row. We all know Kelsey Mitchell loves to shoot the basketball. Sometimes maybe a little too much. And no, we probably don't need her dribbling the air out of the ball every possession. But when she catches rhythm and starts attacking, she's one of the toughest scorers in this league. Together, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell combined for 75 points. 75! That's insane! On the other side, you've got to give credit to the Seattle Storm because they refused to quit. Monique Billings gave them valuable minutes and finished with 16 points, including one huge defensive stop on Dominique Malonga late in the game when the Fever absolutely needed it. That stop mattered. Your ass got the one stop you had to have. But make no mistake about it, Dominique Malonga was incredible. The girl is only 20 years old and she already looks like someone who could dominate this league for the next decade. She finished with 28 points and 14 rebounds, and she made life difficult for the Fever all night long. She's special. Then you've got Aisha Sivka, who was only 19 years old. She finished with 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists, and she caught absolute fire by knocking down 4 three-pointers in the third quarter. That's scary. That young front court is going to be a serious problem for years to come. As they continue to develop, gain experience, and build chemistry together, the Seattle Storm could eventually have one of the best front courts in the entire WNBA. I honestly believe that. Now, the supporting cast played well too. Flaja Johnson stuffed the stat sheet with 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Natisha Heidemann added 16 points and 8 assists, constantly creating opportunities for her teammates. Jade Melbourne chipped in with 16 points and 5 assists, making sure the Storm offense never completely disappeared. Now, let's be honest about something. The Indiana Fever's defense wasn't good. It really wasn't. The Seattle Storm shot 57% from the field and 38% from three-point range. Those numbers tell the story. Defensively, Indiana has plenty of work to do. But offensively, man, this game delivered. I was thoroughly entertained from beginning to end. And the biggest reason for that was Caitlin Clark. She put on an absolute masterclass. If anyone still had questions about whether she's really that player, whether she's really the face of this league, whether she's really built for these moments, damn it, you shouldn't have any questions anymore. Raise your glasses, celebrate, because Caitlin Clark reminded the basketball world exactly why she's the biggest draw in women's basketball, why arenas keep selling out, why television ratings continue to rise, why every opponent circles Indiana on the schedule. She's exciting, she's fearless, she's entertaining, and every single night she steps on the floor, it feels like history is about to happen. That's what superstars do. That's what the GOAT conversation looks like. And that's exactly what we witnessed tonight. Get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this incredible performance from Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, the Indiana Fever, and the Seattle Storm. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel.